For decades, you've probably heard that high blood pressure is basically a simple plumbing issue. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? We're about to dive into a cardiac surgeon's perspective, one he built over 20 years of literally holding diseased arteries in his hands, and it could change everything you think you know about hypertension. Yeah, that's a direct quote from the surgeon, and it's a pretty bold claim, right? His whole argument is that the way we've been treating high blood pressure is based on old, outdated ideas that don't even touch the real problem. So in this explainer, we're going to uncover what he believes that real problem actually is. Okay, so this slide gets right to the heart of it. On the left, you've got the old plumbing myth. Too much fluid in the pipes, so the solution is to eat less salt and take a water pill. Simple. But the reality, he says, is a structural problem. Your arteries aren't just overfilled, they are actually damaged. They're becoming brittle, stiff. The issue isn't the fluid, it's the pipe itself. And that brings us to medication. Here's the critical point. While these drugs absolutely can lower the number you see on that blood pressure cuff, they don't do anything to repair that underlying structural damage we just talked about. They're just a Band-Aid. They control the symptoms, sure, but the actual disease, the slow breakdown of your arteries, can just keep getting worse, silently. So, if it's not just about fluid and salt, what is actually causing all this damage? Well, the surgeon points to three pretty sneaky mechanisms that most treatments just completely ignore. Let's break them down. The first root cause is the destruction of something you've probably never even heard of. It's called the glycocalyx. Honestly, the best way to picture it is to think of a microscopic, non-stick Teflon coating that lines every single one of your arteries. It's incredibly thin, but it's your body's first line of defense for your blood vessels. And these are the culprits right here. These are the things that are stripping away that Teflon coating. High blood sugar, chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, they act almost like an acid, just dissolving this delicate protective layer. And once that glycocalyx is gone, your artery wall is left totally exposed and vulnerable. And that's what kicks off all the bad stuff, plaque buildup and stiffening. So this brings us to the second mechanism. While doctors are always focused on that standard 120/80, there's another number hidden right there in plain sight that might actually be a way more powerful predictor of your real risk. And that number is your pulse pressure. It's super simple to calculate. You just take your top number, the systolic, and subtract your bottom number, the diastolic. See, a healthy, flexible artery is supposed to act like a shock absorber, but when it gets stiff, that top number shoots way out, and the bottom number often drops. This creates a really wide gap, a pulse pressure over 60, and that is a major red flag for advanced, dangerous stiffness in your arteries. And the third mechanism, the insulin-kidney lock, this explains why just cutting salt from your diet doesn't work for so many people. When you have chronically high insulin, it basically puts your kidneys in a headlock, forcing them to hold on to sodium no matter how little salt you eat. This makes your blood volume go up, and your blood pressure goes up with it. The real culprit isn't the salt itself. It's the insulin making your body hoard. So, we've laid out the problems. A shredded Teflon coating, stiff arteries, and an insulin-driven sodium trap. But here's the good news, okay? There is a protocol that's actually designed to reverse this damage. So let's get into the 4-step plan. Here's the roadmap. The whole plan is to systematically go in and repair the damage. We're going to restore that inner lining, get the calcium out of the artery walls, boost the little molecule that helps our vessels relax, and finally, break that insulin lock for good. All right, for step 1, restoring that glycocalyx, it's a 3-part strategy. First, you have to stop the damage. That means keeping your blood sugar stable, which really means avoiding refined carbs. Second, you have to give your body the building blocks to rebuild it, using specific nutrients like sulfated polysaccharides. And third, you protect it with antioxidant-rich foods like berries and dark leafy greens. Step 2 is all about getting calcium out of your arteries and putting it back into your bones, where it belongs. Vitamin K2 is the hero here. It basically wakes up a protein that acts like a traffic cop for calcium. Then vitamin D helps shuttle that calcium into the bones, and magnesium helps the vessels relax and prevents more calcium from building up. They all work together as a team. Next up, nitric oxide. This is such a critical molecule. It's a gas our bodies make that literally tells our blood vessels to relax and open up. When your nitric oxide production is low, your vessels stay tight and constricted, and your pressure goes up. So the goal is pretty simple. Get your body to make more of it. And one of the simplest ways to do this is also one of the most powerful. Get this. Just by breathing through your nose instead of your mouth, you can increase nitric oxide in your blood by up to 600%. That's insane. It's a totally free fix that almost nobody talks about. And here's another really cool targeted technique. Specific exercises like isometric hand grip training can actually lower your top blood pressure number by 10 to 15 points. I mean, that's comparable to some medications, and it works by teaching your body to produce more nitric oxide all on its own. And finally, step 4 is all about resetting your insulin to break that kidney lock. The two most powerful tools here are time-restricted eating, like a 16-8 schedule, to give your body a long break from insulin spikes, and resistance training, which makes your cells way more sensitive to insulin. And then simple things like adding a little vinegar, cinnamon, or berries can help too. So when you put all of this together, it creates this huge shift in thinking. It's a move away from just managing a number on a screen and towards actively repairing the entire system that regulates it. Now, this is incredibly important. The surgeon is very, very clear about this. This is not advice to just stop taking your medication. Any changes you make have to be done under the supervision of your doctor. The idea is to use these strategies to fix the root causes. And then, as your health improves, you can work with your doctor to maybe safely reduce your medication. This slide really sums up the whole thing. The conventional approach on the left, that's all about management. It masks the symptom, controls a number, and often means you're dependent on medication for life. The new protocol on the right is about reversal, actually repairing the vessel, healing from the inside out, and correcting the root cause. So this is the question you really have to ask yourself. It changes the entire goal of treatment, doesn't it? It's a powerful thought that pushes you away from just passively managing a condition towards actively structurally repairing your health. Are you just managing a number, or are you truly healing your arteries?